President John F. Kennedy once said, every accomplishment starts with a decision to try. It's a theme that resonates well with today's special guest. Nathan Lancry went from high school dropout to an owner, president, and CEO of a large group of area businesses. And his story is featured in his new book. Nathan, friend of the show, welcome back, my friend.
How you
Excellent
doing?
to have you.
Great
today.
to see you. Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate
thank you.
it, for sure.
Okay, is this book, is it a biography? How would you describe this book?
It's more of a self-help book.
Okay.
You know, it's the idea of how people can really have a place to start, right? So sometimes people are afraid, or sometimes people feel alone. They have these ideas and thoughts in their head, and they really don't know how to get it off the ground, right? So I think this book is a nice segue into that.
Talk about the title, Book of Matches, Light Your Soul on Fire, the thought process behind that.
Sure. So when you think about a book of matches, if you light one, you only have to light one for the others to ignite if you hold the flame close enough. Well, if you take our thoughts and our ideas, and more importantly, our choices, every choice that we make ignites the next choice, right? So each and every choice that we make along the way will set us up for where we're going to end up in the next run in the long term.
It's a self-help book, but it's also talking a little bit about your life and how you were brought up. And let me just ask you this. How did your early struggles in life, the challenges you faced, work to make you who you are today?
Well, I don't know if I see them as struggles. You used the word challenge. I like that word better.
Okay.
Because I think with challenge comes resistance, and with resistance becomes strength.
Okay.
And the idea then is to become stronger and more aware of what's going on based on what's actually happening, not what we think is happening.
One thing that I put out of the book, you talk about chasing wisdom over wealth. Explain that.
Sure. So wisdom comes from experience, right? So a lot of times we can take different theories that, you know, older people or more experienced people will try to bring into our world. And at that point, it's just a theory. But putting that theory to test and experiencing, whether you experience something that maybe was troubling or challenging, or something that was more positive and what you'd consider a success.
Getting back to your life, how did your challenges shape you? How did it make you how did it make you stronger?
Well, I don't know if it made me stronger. I think it made me more aware, right? And the awareness to being disciplined. Right, taking the idea, whatever the short-term, you know, sensation might be.
Were you always disciplined, even as a young person?
Well, I wouldn't say I was always, and I'm not sure that I am today. Right, we could always fall off the wagon, as they say. Right, the idea is getting back on. There's an old Chinese proverb that says, "Fall down 7 times, get up 8."
Get up 8, yeah. You also have something in you got a chapter entitled Human Nature, Guard Against Ourselves.
That's right.
Explain that.
Well, the idea that we're our own worst enemy, right? So it's nothing new. We've all heard that before. And the idea is, how do we guard against ourselves, our impulses, right? The natural desires. Maybe along the way we collected some bad habits. And how do we have the awareness and then the structure within ourselves and the self-worth to say, you know what? Today is going to be that day, this very second, to make that change and guard against that bad habit, guard against that thing that's taking us off path to where we ultimately want to end up.
You also talk about the importance of education. Maybe not formal education, but education in general. Talk about that.
Well, I don't know that I'd carve it out formal or informal. I think education in itself comes in a variety of ways, but I do think formal education is a very important, you know, segue into becoming successful for people.
And how did you learn?
I learned through life, you know, different people along the way. Some in the most peculiar places you can even imagine.
The College of Barnes & Noble?
Barnes & Noble is one of my chapters, sure, that I talk about it. And it's an endless supply of information there.
You also talk about finances and that kind of thing as well.
Of course, yeah.
And starting a business and all that kind of thing.
That's correct. Yeah.
And you're very good at that, by the way.
Well, I don't know about that. I have a long way to go.
Your story is absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you.
City's East Side to where you are today. Absolutely amazing. Once again, the book is incredible. Book of Matches, Light Your Soul on Fire. It is available on Amazon and any place else that you buy your